Hey everyone, it is Sirant, and this is Sirant style, but not ukulele this time. I feel bad. I've been neglecting my Merlinites. I've been pumping out a bunch of ukulele videos, which I've been having a lot of fun with, but my Merlin people need some love too, so I'm going to do a tutorial and playthrough for you today. And to keep it simple, I'm going to choose a song that I've recently done on ukulele, so that we can cover it quite quickly and get you guys on the road with another fun new wave 80s tune from a band called When in Rome. It's really quite an easy song. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the playthrough first, and then we'll do the tutorial right after. So here we go. This is The Promise by When in Rome. If you need a friend, don't look to a stranger. You know in the end I'll always be there. But when you're in doubts, when you're in danger, take a look all around, and I'll be there. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be, but if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. I promise you, I promise you I will. When your day is through, and so is your temper, you know what to do. I'm gonna always be there. Sometimes if I shout, it's not what's intended. These words just come out with no gripe to bear. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be, but if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. I promise you, I promise you. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be, and if I had to walk the world, I'd make you fall for me. I promise you, I promise you I will. I gotta tell ya, I need to tell ya. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be, but if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. I promise you, I promise you. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be, and if I had to walk the world, I'd make you fall for me. I promise you, I promise you I will. I will. I will. Something like that at the end there, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that was The Promise by When in Rome. Let's take a look at how to play it. It's a nice, easy one. All right, so The Promise by When in Rome. We're going to be looking at how many chords are we playing here? 1, 2, 3. I think grand total we're playing 4 chords, so it's not a terribly difficult song. And they're chords. Now the ukulele version, I use different chords. I actually transposed the chords up a tone for the Merlin. Not only does it make it a lot easier to play, but I found it works better for my voice. So it has been transposed, but I find this a lot easier to play than trying to make a C work on a standard D-A-D, D Merlin. Anyway, so the chords we're going to use today, nice and easy. We've played these a lot in previous lessons. The first chord we're going to look at is D. D is very easy. I play D with my middle finger on the first two strings, the bottom two strings there, on the second fret. The two Ds, right? That's a D. If you want a lower D, you can also play it open strings. That's also a D. 9 times out of 10, I choose this one. It makes sense with the chord changes and other things later. However, this time, our chord change, we're going to be using that anyway. Because we start off with a D, nice and easy. And again, I will put the charts over here for you to see. So we have our D. The next chord is nice and easy as well. It's a B minor. For a B minor, we're going to use two fingers. We're going to use pointer finger on the middle string on the first fret, and the middle finger on the second fret, but the top string. So we're actually covering here and here. I love the B minor chord on the Merlin. It is just, it's probably my favorite. It sounds special to me. I don't know why. So we have our D, and we have our B minor, right? Again, pointer finger and middle finger. And then we're going to go to a G. A G is a little bit of a stretch. A G is actually the third fret, a bar. That is a G. Now, this is one way of playing G as a bar. You could also play it with 3 fingers, if that's more comfortable to you. The way I typically play it is I'll put my middle finger on the bottom 2 strings, the Ds, and then bar the top 2 with the middle and the top string with my pointer finger. I just find that this works better for me. It makes it very mobile, and it makes it a lot easier for me to play different chords because my middle finger in that position always is in that spot. So I'm always sliding back and forth like this, and it makes it much easier to find those chord patterns. So anyway, we have a D. We have a B minor. Now we have a G. Any way you like to play it. The last chord that we're going to play, it only comes up at the end of the chorus. That's the only time you play it. The verse and most of the chorus is all D, B minor, G. D, B minor, G. And then for the very last line, I promise you, I will, we throw in an A. How do we play an A? Again, nice and easy peasy on the Merlin. I take my middle finger and put it on the bottom 2 strings on the first fret, and my pointer finger on the top string of the first fret, leaving the middle string of the first fret completely open. So that's our A. Again, it's like this, ba-boom, ba-boom, A, right? And that's it. So now we know all of the chords. They're right over here to the side of me. So let's go through them one more time. We have the D, right? We have the B minor. Sorry. And B minor. We have the G. And then we have the A. See, I love doing G's my way, so when I go to my A, I just lift the pointer finger so it's not actually barring the second string anymore, and slide her down. There's my A, right? I don't know, I find this incredibly effective, but there we go. So we have D, B minor, G, and A. So let's take a look at the actual song and see how it works. Once you get the pattern for both, it's all the same except for the I gotta tell ya, I need to tell ya. We'll talk about that when we get there. It's super duper easy as well. So let's start off. If you need a friend, don't look to a stranger. You know, in the end, I'll always be there. That's the standard pattern for the chorus, and it goes, so it starts off with a D. If you need a friend, don't, and at look, we switch to a B minor. Don't look to a stranger. You know, when we go to the in, we swap down to our G. Now that's probably the trickiest chord change in the whole thing, where you have to jump from there to here. You know, in the end, right, at in the end, you switch to your G, and then I'll always be there, you go back to our D. I'll always, you know, in the end, I'll always be there. Yeah, the D, right? Let's try that again. That was terrible. No, I'm just going to edit that out. All right, so let's take a look here. We know the chords now. Now we just need to know kind of how to set them up in the song. It's pretty easy. For the verses, there's a pattern that we play D, B minor, G, and D. And that's it. So for the verses, it's if you need a friend, then we go B minor. Don't look to a stranger. Then we're going to go G, you know in the end. And then we're going to go D. I'll always be there. Okay, I'll do the next line of the verse, but a little bit slower. So when you're in doubt, so we're going D. Now we're going to go B minor. When you're in danger. We're going to go to the G, take a look all around. Then we're going to go to D. I'll always be there. Right? So it's D, B minor, G, D. Now that's the verse all the way through. So I'll play it through here one time. If you need a friend, don't look to a stranger. You know in the end, I'll always be there. But when you're in doubt, when you're in danger, take a look all around, and I'll be there. Nice and easy. There's the verse. Boom, we jump right from the verse into the chorus. Okay. Chorus, we start off exactly the same way. D. And then we're going to go to a B minor. Then we're going to go to a G. Then we're going to go to a D. The only difference is that we don't stop there. For this particular chorus, there's two versions of the chorus. One is slightly different than the other. We'll talk about that in a second. So it's D, B minor, G, D, and then we throw in that A, and then D again, right? So D, B minor, G, D, A, D. Now it's a little bit different in the playing of the verse. The chords are the same, but you play them a little bit longer because you're giving a much longer line of lyrics per line, per chord change than you do in the verse. So here it starts off like this. We start off in D. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. And then we switch to our B minor. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. Right? And then we switch to our G. But if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. Then we switch to our D. I promise you. We switch to our A. I promise you. Back to our D. I will. Now, we do that one time through. So it's like, I'm sorry, I was just thinking about the right words to say. D. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. B minor. But if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. G. Then we have a promise you. D. I promise you. A. I promise you. D. I will. On the lines, on the ends of the chorus, we have the I will. That's where we throw in the second D. On the versions of the chorus that do not have that I will, we stop at the A. You'll see what I mean. So the pattern of the song is first we play the verse one time. D, B minor, G, D, right? We do that twice. That's the verse. Then for the chorus, we go D, B minor, G, D, A, D. Okay, that's the first time. Then we go back to the verse again. So one more time for the verse. Right? Then we go to our chorus. Now here, after the second verse, the chorus is repeated twice. So we do the chorus, I'm sorry, but I was just thinking of the right words to say. We end with, if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. I promise you. I promise you. Not I will. In that case, we go, I promise you. I promise you. And that's it. We stop there. And then we jump to the next. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound, etc. Until we get to this one, we go, I promise you, I promise you, I will. So when we have the I will, we throw in that extra D, right? So in this situation, the first time of the repeated chorus, we do just the D and the A. The second time, we do the D, A, and D, right? And then we get to, after doing the chorus twice in a row, we get to the first little bridge, or the only little bridgey thing. And it's the same chords, just in a slightly different pattern. You play the B minor. Gotta tell ya, I gotta tell ya. Right? So twice we say, I gotta tell ya, while strumming the B minor. And then we go, I need to tell ya, but we switch to the G. I need to tell ya. That's the whole bridge. I gotta tell ya, I gotta tell ya, I need to tell ya. And that's it. And then you jump right back into the chorus. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. And again, we do the first time through, if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. And we just do the D and the A, I promise you, I promise you. Second time through the chorus, we do the I'm sorry, but I was thinking of the right words to say. We end with, and if I had to walk the world, I'd make you fall for me. I promise you, I will. Then at the very end of the song, we drop down to a G and say, I will. And then back to a D. I will. And then you're done, right? So not a super complicated song. Yeah, it's the pattern once again last time is D, E minor, G, D. Twice in the verse. For the chorus, D, B minor, G, D, A, D. Until you get to the second time that you go to the chorus, and then it's D, B minor, G, D, A, and then the second time, D, A, D. A fun song, works really well on Merlin. I hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah. Let's make more Merlin videos very soon. How about in a few hours? Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Yeah.